Yo, guys, what is going on? It's your boy you love, Nicktana. Welcome to Gaming On Where. This is a beautiful episode, guys. We are on episode 30. Call it Steph Curry. I'm not Dr. Seuss. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a rhymer, but I do love to play video games, and you know that we are here, man. Hopefully everybody's doing great. Do me a favor before we lock into the show. If you guys could tell someone you love them, because you never know what somebody is going through, that would be absolutely fantastic. I'm here, then no other than 6'7", coming in at a big, hefty 220 pounds, 95% muscle. The other 5% is love and affection. I got my guy coming in hot. The best Dredge player I know, besides myself until I get the game. We got Not Ghost Stories. I call him Peter. Peter, how's it going, man?
It's going fine. How about yourself? I appreciate you having me here once again.
I'm doing great, bro. Dude, I love just having you here. Like, just having you like centimeters away from me on like webcam form, it makes me more comfortable. I feel safe. And like, I just love talking games with you, man. I love it. It's like my favorite time of the week. It's my favorite time of the day. I could do it all day with you, bro. All day.
I love it, man. I do love it. I really do. Genuinely love it. Loving it.
Tell the people what you've been up to, bro. Tell the people what you've been up to.
I've been playing Planet Zoo lately. Might be one of the hardest games I've ever played. Might be one of the hardest games I've ever played. But I'm into it. I've been really into like the city builders and management style games lately. So, you know, you've got your like Tavern Master, your Tycoons. The publisher for that game actually had I think 80% off on all of their games last weekend on Steam. And I was
okay.
If it's coming down from like $40 or $50 to $10 to $15, I felt compelled to at least grab some games. So I was like, man, I have Roller Coaster Tycoon. I don't need the Planet Coaster, but the Planet Zoo is pretty intriguing. Very difficult, turns out. Very
I've played Planet Zoo before. If anybody is watching this and understands the struggle of Planet Zoo, the Planet Zoo struggle is absolutely crazy, because I bought the game and I downloaded it on Steam and not knowing what I was getting myself into, and like literally day one I am messing everything up. The tutorial is just hard. You don't understand what's going on. Hard. It's complicated. Like, you have to perfect your zoo, because if you don't, they will call you on every little aspect of your zoo. And it's like it's a tough learn. It's not as easy as Zoo Tycoon is like a completely different it's a different learning curve than Zoo Tycoon. Zoo Tycoon's pretty simple. If your animal's got a smiley face, you're good to go. Planet Zoo, you got to literally worry about everything. Habitat, how deep your habitat is it too high? Is there too many trees? Are these trees safe for the environment? Right. Like, are you too close to the orangutan exhibit because they have some sort of beef? Right. It's nuts. It's nuts, man. It's nuts.
Yeah.
That's sick, bro.
It is. It's cool, man. It's been a fun kind of, man, as soon as I was playing nonstop shooters, just shooters for last 5-6 years. And then I realized about all the great games that I've actually been missing on. Like, there's so many games I just haven't played, even genres. And I don't know, man. It's a cool break. Like, I'll probably go through this phase for a little bit and then maybe come back to it. But it's fun. It's well made. Like, it's just so cool. It's such a cool game. Like, and you're like, dang, I didn't even know this existed. How long has this been out? Like, the work that they're putting in, you're looking at like this looks better than Conrad. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just.
That's the pleasure of gaming, though, too, bro. Like, when you get into like seeing how many games are out and so many different types of games that you've never that you might have skipped up on, and all the indie games and stuff like that, you really get a fresh look of like what's out there, man. And you just be trying stuff out, and you appreciate the gaming world so much more. I'm glad you're enjoying your gaming stuff, because if you guys haven't been following me on Twitter, right there down below, you guys should definitely check it out. I post very muscular pictures of me in tank tops that are showing a little bit too much skin, but I also talk about games that I've been playing and games that I don't like Scorn. Oh, dude, like, this game Scorn was probably the worst game I played ever. 0 out of 10. If you guys ever want to hear me talk about a terrible game, you guys are going to have to hear my Scorn review, because it's coming. I might bring it back here, but that game was absolutely bad, bro. We talking no dialogue, very creepy, Puzzles are just dumb.
When you
Guns
say
are just dumb.
when you say
It's
dumb, what do you mean?
dumb.
Like on the puzzle side?
The puzzles just like it's not like I don't want to say hard because the puzzles weren't hard. You could sort of like figure them out eventually, but it's just like they give you no direction. It's you have to figure out everything on your own. The game doesn't hold your hand in any way, shape, or form. So you're basically just going around, clicking the A button, interacting with stuff, trying to figure out how do you unlock this door, and then how we gotta move and where to go, and what you need to advance to the next part of the wherever you're at, because I don't even know where you're at because it gives you no dialogue. It gives you no backstory. It gives you absolutely nothing. Nothing. A lot of flesh, a lot of blood. Just not my type of game, y'all. If y'all have played Scorn, you guys would definitely understand.
Is it a survival game?
It's like a horror puzzle game.
Okay.
More of like a puzzle game, but it's an FPS game. It has a little bit of guns, but I didn't get that far to even realize it. So.
Fair enough.
I want to give a big shout out to my boy Cooldown being the first one in the chat saying what's up. I appreciate you, man. And if you guys want your message or your questions to pop up on screen, make sure you guys send a KYN chat. Have your guys' question read on air. Me and Peter will go ahead and talk about it, discuss. All the proceeds go to Jimmy, me, and Peter. So it also keeps the lights on, keeps everybody happy. And nothing's better than two happy co-hosts talking about video games. So make sure you guys send your KYN chat. It helps out a lot. Peter, I love to have you here, man. And you're going to be the one to bless us with the question of the day. So let the people know.
Okay. The question of the day is, what is a game that you would want to see turned into a film or an extended TV series?
Scorn. Scorn. Make it.
That's an HBO. That's what HBO one, huh?
Special. That's a special. Oh man, I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. But
you're good.
If I had to think of anything, bro, like see the movie and the cinematic and the red carpet, God's blessed me by already giving My Beautiful Blue Hedgehog one of the greatest cinematic masterpieces of all time of Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie 1 and 2. They gave them 2 beautiful movies. So I'm already blessed. All right. Sonic the Hedgehog got like 20 TV series. So I've already just been like blessed with all of that. But like, I mean, if I had to think of one that like what they would produce in to a series or show, that's actually kind of tough. That's actually a very tough question. I can't think of something off the top of my head. Go ahead. You have something in mind? What are you thinking? Come back to me.
Okay. So I did put some thought into this, and something that I thought could be a really cool series. Maybe not a movie. I feel like movies aren't long enough to develop anymore. Like people would rather watch an 8-part series. I think Fable would be really cool as like an 8-part series or something. We already know everyone can do fantasy, so it's possible. But I would love to watch a Fable series or a couple of Fable movies.
Okay, but then my question would be counteractive to that. Like you say Fable, but like everybody's Fable experience is a little bit different because Fable, you get to create your own character. So would that kind of contradict the show if they had a main character for Fable? Because Fable is more like you make your own decisions and your own choices. So that's why I feel like Fable wouldn't be the best option. Like I love you, Peter. I love you so much. I just don't know if it could work.
You couldn't even think of an answer, so it's kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, okay. And I told you I don't have to think of an answer because they already blessed Sonic the Hedgehog with a series and movie. Right. So like,
I thought Fable would be cool, but maybe as a show instead of a movie. And you can just pick a direction, I guess. But I thought Fable would be cool. I think Halo movie or series would be cool. I know they already have one, but it's still like
it flopped.
It's not the source material like the way we want it to be. And
I feel like directors be too stingy to go that route and to have it the same as the game. They want to put their own light on it. They think they can make it better.
It's a bunch of creatives in a room making sure they get their they get their fingerprints on it just so like, oh, I did that. Like it's just I don't know, man. It's hard. I think that would be cool. I think like Twisted Metal could have been a cool.
Twisted Metal would have been a great one too.
Every character is crazy cool. Like it could be a total gore fest. Like they already have lore written about the characters. Like I think that would be cool, like a fun movie. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
I like that. Let us know in the comments below, or let us know live right now what you would make a movie or TV series. Because I can't even think of one because I already got my wish. Dreams come true. Wish on wishing stars, bro. Wish on shooting stars, not wishing stars.
So convenient for you.
So convenient. Guys, we like to kick off this this podcast telling you guys all the free games that you could get in April and the games that are coming out this week. Some might have already came out, so I'll just remind you guys what came out. A few games I want to highlight that are free as of this month is you guys can get on the PlayStation Battlefield 2042, Minecraft Dungeons, Code Vein, Meet Your Maker, Sackboy, A Big Adventure, and Tales of Iron, which I've never heard of. On Xbox, you can get 2 games I've never heard of as well, is Peaky Blinders and Out of Space. Don't really care about those. A good one that you guys can get, though, that is free on Epic Games right now is the Dying Light. Dying Light 1, which is a very good series if you like that. And then on Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime, you can get I Am Fish. Very good game, I will say.
Classic.
As well. Classic game. Also, to give you guys a heads up, these are the games that are coming out this week. You do have Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened that did come out yesterday, April 1st. This did or April 1st, April 11th, that did come out on the PS5. And then you also have 8 Doors. That comes out April 14th for the PS5 as well. I thought the 8 Doors game looked very cool, so I wanted to show it off. And then Sherlock Holmes. I've heard a friend of mine really liked that game. Very, very mysterious horror type game. And then also
third person.
Yeah, it is third person.
Okay.
And then also to highlight all the people that do have Xbox Game Pass, you guys do get Ghostwire Tokyo if you guys are into that. I've heard a lot of good things about Ghostwire Tokyo. I did buy it for the PS5 because I did get it for a whopping $20. The thing is with that game is I really thought it was going to be like a not miss buy. I almost bought it day one, spent your $60. That's why it's always good to wait and see what kind of happens with these games because the price just instantly dipped. It's not saying it's a bad game, but it didn't get the love that it did firsthand because PlayStation kind of puts out a lot of those action adventure games and it doesn't do everything like specifically great, but it all around is a good game, if that makes sense. So yeah, make sure you guys pick up some games. We are going to get into our first topic of the day. Peter, are you ready?
I am ready.
I'm ready fucking too, buddy. All right, we are going to get into the first topic. Topic number 1 being, what is going on with Halo? Stanton is leaving 343 and Microsoft, and I did make this thumbnail. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty solid, man.
It is pretty great.
I'm sure that was a great use of your time.
I did make that. So if you guys don't know, Joseph Staten, the head of creative on Halo Infinite and a former longtime writer at Bungie, is leaving Microsoft. Stanton was the soul that was going to revive the Halo series with Halo Infinite, but after the Shadow drop, it never got its footing to be great. With Joseph leaving 343 and Microsoft, what's the state of Halo? What is the problem? Peter, do you have any reasoning of what's going on with Halo?
I have a thought. I probably mentioned it before. I think they should have made a BR.
Oh, okay.
I think Halo should have made a BR, and I think they should have made a BR, and I'll die on that hill. More realistic, like I think what you have is just a series fatigue. The game has been going on for so long, like the super fans that were there at its birth, like. Every year it goes on, those fans dwindle. So I think it's just like, it feels like maybe it's just coming to an end. Like the people aren't interested in it as much as they used to be. All the original ideas and like core people, I'm sure have all moved on by now. This is just another big, blow to that as a writer who was there from the start. They didn't necessarily change with the times. I know everyone's like, well, like the purists are like, we don't need a BR. We don't need a BR. It's like, it's not about the game mode. It's about staying alive, keeping the series going. That's what's popular now. You're not going to compete in the BR space with Apex, Fortnite, and COD right now. But Halo would have been, in my opinion, one of the bigger bodies to do that. But they just, I don't know, man. It could have been awesome. It could have been great. Mm-hmm. And they stuck to their guns, and it's just like that multiplayer style is just not as popular anymore.
No. The way I always saw Halo and I always visual Halo, they did a few things fairly well. Me growing up playing Halo 3, I liked multiplayer, but it wasn't a big form of like what I wanted to do when I opened up Halo 3. It was always the campaign for me. They always highlighted a very good campaign. Halo 3 was one of the better campaigns that they put out. Every level was something different going on, very different environments, very, very different objectives. The vehicles were great. The story was great. Everything about it did very good. Which Halo Infinite had a very, very solid campaign. I feel like our generation or our time, a lot of people don't really do a lot of campaigns. Like I feel like Halo was focused to be more of like a shooter. So, or like a multiplayer shooter. So a lot of people would rather focus on the multiplayer and rank up and be the best that they could possibly be. There's only so many people that open up a campaign and just like, oh, I want to play the campaign. When you think of like Call of Duty back in the day, we used to always open up the campaign. I'm gonna play the campaign before I get into multiplayer. That's just not how it works anymore. So you can't rely so much on the campaign being great and the story being great. You have to throw in your aspects into what the multiplayer is going to be, the esports, those type of guys, because that's a big part of your fan base as well. So, but I heard the campaign was very well. The way they messed up too is like first on drop with Halo Infinite when the game released, they said there wasn't going to be no co-op campaign, which is kind of upsetting because it's like, I feel like you would want to go through the game with somebody and do like legendary. I feel like a lot of people do.
That's
the
Halo though, man. That's co-op campaign is intertwined with like that is Halo.
Right.
That's and what you started with, like struggling through legendary. Have you ever played Halo 2 through on legendary? It's impossible. No. It's the most difficult thing I've ever done. It takes so long. But like that was Halo, man. Like co-op campaigns, I don't know. It's just such a part of the culture. Sorry to interrupt. Good.
No, you're fine. You're fine, dude. Hey, don't apologize.
All right, I'll take it back.
Anyway, I will also say though, one of the other things that they didn't put in, which was like kind of a big factor when it came to Halo, was where was Forge day one? Yeah. Forge is something that I feel like the Halo community loves to do. Like that was the thing that you spent late night with all your friends and your friends invited their friends invited their friends. And you guys were playing cops and robbers and you guys were making racetracks.
Dude, all the and racing, the rocket racing where you had the mongoose with one guy in the rocket launcher on the back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Good. So fun.
There was so many game modes you could possibly do. So like, not having Forge there day one kind of messed everything up because that's what people wanted to do. They wanted to be creative and invest themselves into that game mode. I feel like into that creating and really open up their minds. That's where I feel like Halo could have shined because not a lot of games do that. Right. Like I can't think of a game besides the one that we're going to be talking about later that really did a really good job of letting people use their minds. Because creators nowadays and people nowadays, they're very, very smart and intelligent, and they know how to code, they know how to do all this stuff, and they know how to build some crazy stuff. Sometimes better than the people who actually make the game. You feel me? So like Forge would have been a great thing for people to make their own game modes and kind of keep that game alive. And the way that Halo was working, I do agree to a little bit to an extent, like a BR would have been okay because I feel like a BR would have switched it up a tad, but I just don't see how you would do it with very minimal guns, very minimal. Like, I just don't know, like, if you could make a BR environment with Halo. In my head, I just don't see it because Halo has never been that type of game. Like, just, right. I mean, you could probably make it that type of game, but like, I think they were just trying to say, like, we don't need a battle royale. We got to stick to our guns. But like, when you stick to your guns and you stick to what you're doing at the same time, it's like, you're not evolving. You're not making your game any better. This isn't 2010 when Halo 3 came out. This isn't back in the day, bro. Like there's everybody's gaming. Everybody wants to be the best. Everybody wants to compete. You can't just have straight up just multiplayer 3 maps. Okay, here we go. People get bored. Our attention spans are way smaller than it's ever been. Like, think of like how like you got to put out a video and it's like you got to keep it a certain length or like everybody's going to hop off. Right. I promise you, I loved Halo day one. It came to day 2. I'm sick of this game. I already want to uninstall. I was playing the same maps, the same game modes. Like when you have 3 maps in rotation, it gets dry. It gets dry, very dry. The content just wasn't there. And when I heard that Stanton was going to come on and hopefully change that, because he did Halo 3 and I'm pretty sure it was Halo 2, I think, from one of my friends was telling me, you have to there has to be a change, like a positive change. And it really hurts, bro, because like growing up, just being like a Halo 3 fan and not playing all the other games and just seeing this kind of flop, and it's like we're in a different time. It stinks, man.
Yeah. It's yeah, I think it's a sign in the wrong direction if you're a Halo fan, for sure. I don't. And even if they came out with a BR now, would it be too late? I don't know.
It's too late. It's done.
I think so. Yeah.
This is the problem. This is the whole discussion. Is that like I didn't mean to. I'm a positive.
Go ahead.
Because like I'm so because now that Stanton's gone, we're talking about someone passionate about Halo 3, bro. Like the old Halo that made the game that we love. They're from the start.
Yep.
And he left. He said, "I'm done."
Yeah.
There has to be something going on to where like if he's quitting, he's quitting.
I think. Which is sad because I think kind of randomly, I think Halo Infinite was the most expensive game ever made.
I want to get into Jay Fixer's question right now. He said, I dropped off the Xbox scene because of the red ring twice. That's very unfortunate. I've had red rings. I completely understand. Is there any console exclusive kind of character franchise that Microsoft has that could reach the levels of Halo Master Chief? Honestly, if it has to be like, I think Xbox they're kind of getting into that bag because they're buying a lot of these Activision, Blizzard. I think eventually over time they will get into that. My choice would be kind of a oddball choice, but like I really like Raz from Psychonauts. Psychonauts 1 and Psychonauts 2. I personally like that character a lot. I feel like a lot of people haven't played that game. But also you could think of like a game I really enjoyed was Hi-Fi Rush. If he could have been the main character or like kind of something like that. I don't think it's kind of hard to see right now, but with Master Chief and like Halo being so big, I mean, we just got to kind of wait and see.
The timing was so good with it too. So it's going to be hard to, it's going to be like they were at they made multiplayer gaming super popular. Like they had to have been some of the first pro, like one of the earliest pro scenes that I can think of outside of PC exclusive games. Like it came out with the console and the console was successful. I mean, you could argue that Xbox was successful because of Halo, and I just don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like the Gears of War series, like Cooldown mentions. I don't know. Like, do we have?
I don't even think Gears of
War.
Do
we have franchise characters like this anymore? Like,
we don't.
Do we have a character that carries a console?
And I feel like that's where PlayStation is winning right now.
Oh, you think just like in character development and writing and things like that? It helps that they're also a movie studio.
Yes.
Maybe there's some overlap that we don't see back there. But yeah, I mean, I'll say like growing up, I always knew that PlayStation had better story-driven games. I knew that, and I never owned a PlayStation, but I always knew like every game that we saw on G4 and stuff, it was like it's like a single character in this world, and it's very it was writing. It was writing. It was
I think Xbox can compete in that when you have games like from Bethesda, when you're getting your Starfields and you're getting because Starfield.
We'll see.
You know what I'm saying? That's going to be an Xbox exclusive, so that could be a game like that. And then also you have the Outer Worlds. I mean, I feel like they're trying to put their stamp on there. It's not as big as like Horizon, God of War. They don't have like faces like that, but like it's only a matter of time.
Why is PlayStation so good at that? Why are they so much better at that than Xbox?
They know it. They know what they're doing.
It's so crazy.
Let us know, man. How you guys feel about the new Halo stuff? Honestly, I think I just kind of want to figure it out because now that Stanton's leaving and my Master Chief is kind of crying right here, it just kind of leaves us wondering, man, like why? Because he wouldn't leave for no reason. But that's just me. The next topic I do want to get into is the Mario movie. I'm excited to kind of talk about the movie. I'm not going to really spoil everything, but I kind of want to get my insights on the movie and what I think about it. because it was definitely a very good watch. The Mario movie, it finally is out in theaters. The long-awaited movie of the two Italian brothers from Brooklyn. Apparently, they're from Brooklyn in this movie. We kind of go with it. I don't know if that's like what is that called? Peak or no, not peak. What's the canon? My fault. Mario finds himself in the Mushroom Kingdom for the first time, and Luigi finds himself in the evil Bowser Castle. And now Mario, Peach, and help from a few friends have to save him. Peter, is this a movie that you would want to see?
I'm going Saturday.
You're going Saturday? Ooh.
Jack Black for me is such a carry. I'll go see whatever he does.
I do want to kind of talk about everything. I'm not going to spoil it for my 6'5" muscular friend Peter here. But
yeah, I shrunk 2 inches between
whatever. Interesting. The movie was very great. I think we got into the reviews and stuff kind of had us a little bit worried, but right off the bat I will say, like, don't worry about the reviews, because this movie was strictly made for the fans. If you like Mario and you like gaming, this movie was strictly meant for you. It has nothing to do with everything else. When you think of this game, don't think of like the cinematic masterpiece. Did it do this plot of the story well? We got to understand, bro, the age and the time that they're trying to reflect with this movie. You know what I'm saying? It's not for everybody. It's for kids. I feel like it's for gamers. I feel like they do a very good job telling the story, putting in memorable parts that you remember from certain games. And it's very good, very, very fun. And for all the Chris Pratt haters out here, he did an absolutely fantastic job, okay? Really? I don't want to hear any Chris Pratt slander in this chat today, because he did a very fantastic job, and a lot of people were worried about that man, and he absolutely tore it up.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I was a little
very,
skeptical.
very impressed. You don't even think about it when the movie goes on and he's talking and everything else that's happening. It doesn't even cross your mind of anything. I mean, I feel like you're very like picky about it. Like, you're gonna be one of those guys, but you're gonna go see the movie and it's not even gonna bother you.
Look, you wonder if they put him on because of the name. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like you can contradict that with a lot of the names, but like, are you upset that Jack Black is Bowser? Because he did an absolutely great job.
I think that's a perfect cast. I think that's a perfect cast.
But you could also argue that they did that for the name too.
Yeah, but he's also perfect.
True.
It lines up. It lines up.
A lot of people that are in this movie, or like that are starring in this movie, they have like big roles. Like they have really big names and stuff like that. So
who are some of the other actors? I'm gonna look it up. I live on IMDb.
There you go.
Who is your favorite cast character? Like, who do you think matched their character the best?
Dude, you're honestly gonna like. Okay, it's either, but I feel like Jack Black's the best answer. But like, to be honest, I like Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. I love Seth Rogen.
Really? I didn't know he was in the movie. Okay. Mm-hmm.
He was a very, very good Donkey Kong.
And Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny plays Luigi. I like that choice.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice lineup. Like, it's like an unexpected lineup, but I mean, I like it. I need to see it just to purge the crap live version one. It shouldn't have never happened. No, that was for the memes. But I still thought that was a pretty good movie though. But you definitely should go see the Mario movie. You definitely should go see that.
I'm going this weekend.
It's very good, guys. I actually, to give a little background, I did go to the drive-ins with my wife and son. We did watch it there, and it was a very good time. Also, a very good movie, Puss in Boots. On a side note, which sounds weird.
Number 3.
It's Puss in Boots. I forgot what it's called, bro.
This one with the wolf.
Yeah, it's the one with the wolf. I don't know exactly what it was called, but that was the movie. Yeah, it really is.
One of the best movies I've ever seen.
It's not. That's not gaming content, but I just wanted to let you guys know that the Puss in Boots movie is crazy. One of the best movies I've ever seen.
It's
very good.
And it's DreamWorks, so it's not Disney. So like they can be a little more adult in their writing and like situations. Mm-hmm. Like the animation, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the Spider-Man movie, Miles Morales.
Yes.
With like the different styles of animation in real time. So you're watching it like in a traditional kind of 3D version, but then it's like it looks like a comic book, but it's interacting with each other. Like It was. I was watching it with my mouth wide open. Like I was shocked of how.
Me too.
Good it
me
was.
Too. It was very good.
Yeah.
I will say at least it was a very, very good time.
Yeah.
I did like it. I did like it a lot. I don't want to really, like I said, I don't want to spoil too much, guys. Very funny jokes. Jack Black does have a song in the movie. If you guys haven't heard about Peach, very, very funny song. And just the whole concept of it, it's a very good watch. I recommend everybody go and watch it. And it's about really all I got to say, man, about the two lovable brothers going on an adventure.
Love it.
If I had to give it a grade right now, I'd give it a solid 9 out of 10. I had a good time. My son liked it. I liked it. So, and we did get ice cream, if anybody is curious.
That's good for at least 1 point.
Let me know down below if you guys watched the Mario movie or if you guys plan on seeing it. I appreciate that. Peter is going to go ahead and take topic number 3 for us. Peter, what is topic number 3?
I'm going to take topic number 3, and this topic has to do with copyright issues within the communities. And it has to do with Fortnite coming from the creative game mode that they have now, and some users had created Call of Duty maps and Call of Duty content within the Fortnite creative mode, and at which point Fortnite then had to get rid of those and remove that content, as it was a most likely, in my opinion, of what likely happened. Users created this Call of Duty content within Fortnite, and the Fortnite team over at Epic got a letter in the mail from Activision saying cease and desist, or we're going to sue you. That's my guess. That's my educated guess. And so they were probably forced to remove that content from their game. That said, I'm going to ask you first, if you had to pick a side, whose side would you take? I kind of know where I stand on it. I think we've already even talked about it before the show because I was so heated. But what's your stance on that? If it's a creative mode created by a game, is that game responsible for? I guess, are they responsible for copyrighted content created by users and not by them?
I feel like you can't justify, because you can't like really restrict on what people make. They're in charge of what they are making and what they are putting into the game. And it kind of sucks because you're really restricting on the point of the game mode. People are wanting to build their favorite stuff. So when you put like a restriction on it, now you're talking about you're banning people who are making these maps that people love and they want to play. It stinks for them, bro. It sucks. It really does.
Yeah. When I was thinking about it too, if Activision is saying, "Hey, take this out of your game," you're I forgot the phrase for it, but basically you're like robbing intellectual property or something. There's someone at some point in there probably said, "Hey, this is actually taking users away from our game." So like it was so well made that it's interfering now with our users. I'm sure that crossed their mind at some point, but it's just like crazy how relevant and how long Fortnite has stayed. I think the creative mode for them is a brilliant idea, but I'm on team Epic. I think you're responsible for the content in your game. I don't know what the legality is of being responsible for the content that your users create in the game, as far as copyright goes. Because like someone could make a red box, and then some obscure game is like, that's the same red we use on our boxes. You got to take that. Like, when does it stop?
I feel like that might be pushing it a little too far. But like, I mean, we got to understand, like, if we look at Exhibit A, this is clearly Nicktana, right?
Maybe. Allegedly.
Clearly.
Allegedly.
Like, Exhibit B.
Allegedly.
Disregard
the watermark on the top. This is called
that was a thumbnail of somebody's.
But like, they didn't create it. So now they have to have this team scour user created content and be like, that could be a thing from this game, or like I don't know, man.
I get what you're saying, because now you're putting people in charge to look at other people's stuff and the stuff they created, and now they could get in trouble because of what other people are doing. When it's like, it could be like, where does it stop? Because you're just calling out stuff that might look like your game, but it really isn't.
Right.
But now it's like, it's threatening other people that are creating this, like, hey, you cannot create this, or like we could get in really, really big trouble. And that's like, that defeats the whole purpose of actually having Creative 2.0. So like, where does this come from? Like, okay, Fortnite's the only one that's having to deal with this. I feel like Roblox does a very similar thing where you could create maps and you have to deal with people creating game modes that are kind of like Valorant or like Minecraft and Roblox. It's just like the same thing.
Was the detail too, like, what did those modes look like in Roblox? Was the detail too good in the Fortnite? You're like,
probably not.
Looks exactly.
I mean, but like Fortnite is Fortnite regardless. I mean, Fortnite's gonna look different than Modern Warfare.
I know.
But you're literally, they made it a little bit better. I mean, going into this guy actually tweeted out, because Epic told him about it. He's like, I will no longer be recreating any copyright maps. Modern Warfare, along with some zombie maps, have been deleted and can no longer be played. I still plan on creating unique experiences for shooter and zombie fans. I have also removed all tweets and YouTube videos related to this content. So seeing this, it's like he probably got a hefty letter in the mail that said, like, look, you got to delete these.
You got an email all caps. Hey man,
we are in some dog doo doo.
Right.
Like, we are in some doo doo right now.
That sucks. It sucks for the creator. I just, if I'm Activision, I'm looking like, are you losing money? Really? Like, does this not? Where's the love between publishers? Like, is this not free advertising for the game as it is? Like,
see, because like it's hard for me to sit here and be like, yes, bro, like, power to the creator, man. Because like I would love to, but then it's like at the same time, it's like we gotta understand, like, dude, you're like, if let's say you were selling lemonade, bro, but like somebody down the street is selling your lemonade with their name on it. Are you gonna be mad about that lemonade? Kinda bad example, maybe.
Honestly, I'm jacking that dude's lemonade and selling it all. No, it's like, I don't know, man. But like, they didn't make it. Someone made it.
Someone made it in their game. So like, why is it their problem? I understand.
This has happened before. Like, there's no way this hasn't happened in creative modes in Forge. Like, there's too many. I'm sure there's some unknown Steam game that I've never heard of, but people are just like recreating stuff.
Yes. But like this is Fortnite, and like, you're obviously losing people from it. So like, I feel like they just have to do this. It just has to be done.
I'm sure Counter-Strike mods have made COD maps. I'm sure.
Probably.
I'm sure it exists.
Yeah. 100%. So like, why is it with this?
Right. Why now? Is my question. Yeah.
Let us know, guys, if you guys feel the same way. Obviously, like, I think Fortnite's a great game, and I honestly like the little content that they've been doing. And with the creator mode, it kind of makes it fun to hop in and do something different. Something that I feel like Halo should have been doing is kind of working on their Forge mode so people could create maps and do something different. Maybe that's why the game's dead. Maybe they should have took a book out of Fortnite.
Or beyond, maybe. Book. I've been hearing that on the message boards. Not me, somebody else. But
not me personally. You've been preaching to the choir.
I've been saying this since the game released. I've been saying this, but all the purists got their way. Here we are.
Oh,
good job, everyone. All right.
Anyway, getting into our next topic, guys. We're kind of moving through these. I do want to give a little quick break. I do want to say thanks everybody for being here, and also if you guys are liking the podcast, it does help if you guys could leave a like, comment, sub, all that stuff, so you guys don't miss me and Peter go live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. And also, Know Your News has a bunch of other lovely creators that we were talking about sports, news, movies, all that stuff. So make sure you guys check that out as well. The next topic I want to get into is a review. Because me and Peter, we kind of talked, and we kind of want to do a little bit of reviews on here, like some games we've been playing, just a little sneak peek, and kind of give you guys a little concept of what we've been playing and what we've been talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and take the ropes on this one. The game that I've been playing lately and that I actually finished over the weekend was Trek to Yomi.
Who's making these? Who's making these?
I'm making these. I'm making this. Me. Is that great? Is that not great, dude? Whoever gave me Photoshop should probably just like do something about it.
Man.
I did. I made you the Dredge one. You were unappreciative about the Dredge one.
It was me and Shark Tales.
Bro, like, what was wrong with that? Like, you were like, "Oh, this isn't great." Like, I haven't seen the dredge.
Anyway, all right.
I didn't see that thumbnail anyway. I just don't understand. But now, if I could get into my review, Trek to Yomi is basically it's about you. You're a kid named Hiroki, and basically you're on the hunt to avenge your master who ends up getting killed, and also your village getting burned, and you are trying to avenge everything and go through life and death to do so. You're going through crazy maps, you're going through crazy puzzles, all that stuff like that. I do have a little bit of gameplay here for you guys to show. All the cinematics in the whole game is in black and gray, which aesthetically didn't really bug me. I can't remember the last time I did play a game in black and gray, but with this, I did really like the vibes from it. Basically, the system that you want to do is you want to basically parry, also use certain combos to take down enemies as fast as possible, and kind of like a side-scrolling type view. I don't know exactly what to call it because it's not side-scrolling, but it kind of has like a Resident Evil way where you like go through a certain door and the camera angles change and stuff like that. Personally, this game is also published by Devolver Digital. You guys know how, you guys know how I love my Devolver Digital games. I'll give them a chance with everything.
How big is that studio?
It's not as big as like some of the bigger ones, but I mean it's still nice. Kind of couple things that I do want to talk about. It's a very gruesome game. Just even going through like the first level, personally, you get some crazy, it's a lot of agony, burning, bleeding. It's a little gruesome for some people's eyes. I mean, it is black and gray, so it is not terrible. Vino said that thumbnail kills me. I love it. I'm a fan personally. Thank you for showing up, Vino. But it is very gruesome. You see a lot of crazy deaths. Obviously, we're talking swords, katanas. We're talking guns, samurais, bow and arrows. So the weapons and the deaths are very gruesome. A lot of times you hear music, which the music is pretty okay. But a lot of time in the background, you hear like a lot of yelling and and like gruesome stuff, and it kind of like it's trying to implement how dark this game actually is and what's going on. Basically, you as Hiroki, you're losing your village that you grew up in, and you lost your master, and you have to avenge everything, and you're pretty much finding yourself while you're like, man, did I mess up? Is this my fault? Is this my doing? So like you kind of get that with the story. The combat's very simple. Basically, they give you a few combos. It's more of like X light hit, Y heavy hit, and then you can combo based off of that and take down enemies any way you want. But you do have very little health. So making sure you do your combos and making sure you're doing your parrying on time is very important. If you look in the bottom left, that's like how many times you could basically get hit. Sometimes if you get heavy hitted, you lose a little bit more health. If you block, it can knock you off your stance. So combat is one of the more important things in the game. It's very tough. You got to make sure you time things out. You got to make sure you're doing the right combos. I've noticed with certain enemies, you have to use certain type of attacks. So it's more of like if you see a certain enemy with like a spear, or if you see an enemy that's like has a club, or they do a certain type of combo, you kind of recognize the combos and the way you have to hit them back. So it's kind of like reading and kind of just like memorization with that when it comes to comboing. It's kind of like a how do I want to say this, bro? There's shrines throughout the game. So the only way you can save the game is if you find a shrine. So basically going through every level, there's like little shrines going through. So if you do find a shrine, you could save up. But other than that, you cannot save. There's no way to save the game unless you find a shrine. So that is kind of difficult if you like are going through a pretty long part and it's like, oh dude, I died. Now you got to go through everything again.
Really? Oh,
yes. So sometimes they would even have a part where it's like there's a shrine, but it's like you got to go through a wave of enemies, make sure you save all your health, and then you got to do a boss battle shortly after that as well. So like it could kind of be tough. You got to make sure you're very, very smart and aware of what's going on. And they don't really just give you shrines like, oh, if I go this direction, there's going to be a shrine. Sometimes shrines can be hidden. You got to make sure you check every corner because there's ammo, there's stamina upgrades, health upgrades, shrines, because you want to make sure that you go to every single shrine because you want to make sure you save. Because if you go into a tough part and you got to go all the way back, it is kind of tough. I did like the different areas that they had. Also in this game, there's multiple different endings depending on what path you take. You can take the path to love, the path to redemption, stuff like that. So like there are 3 different endings. I feel like I messed up my ending because the whole time it was like they give you options. So like, not to really spoil the game, they give you I guess it is spoiling, but I'm gonna say it. They give you the path to like go back and watch over your village and not pursue the guy who killed your master. You have the path to stay by your sister's side, or not your sister, my fault. Your lover. I don't know why I said sister. Your lover's side. Because they killed her too. So you gotta make sure you can like stay by her side at all time and not pursue anything, or you can pursue the boss, which extends the game a little bit. So the whole time I was like, I'm about to kill this guy. I'm about to kill this guy. And then the last choice I made was like, oh, I'm doing this for my love. So I felt like I contradicted myself because I was just like, whatever. Because like they make a message in the game to where it's like, you don't want, like, you're not doing your duty. Your whole duty was to protect the village. And that's the whole reason you're getting trained as a kid is you're going to grow up and you're going to protect the village. With your master gone and you pursuing to kill this guy, you left your village behind. Your village is burning. So it's like, it makes you think of stuff like that. It makes you think about stuff like that because it's like, am I making the right choice? Am I just making everyone suffer because of my consequences? It's definitely food for thought. One negative I did notice about the game, very buggy. When it comes to certain audio dialogues, you don't hear anybody talking at all. You have to read subtitles. Very, very annoying because it's like, I don't know how to read. So, but no, in all honesty, it's like very, very annoying because it's like, I don't know why the audio isn't coming up with the text options. So,
when was it released?
This game was released. Let me do the research.
Is it like
it was? I think it was last year.
So okay, so it's been out for a while.
Dr. Yomi was released May 2022. Yeah, it was last year. Also, this game's like a 5 to 6 hour game, by the way, too. So if you guys really like short games to play, I definitely suggest picking it up. Like I said, the black and gray was a little bit different to get used to, but it's different. The cinematic and the art style to it means something, and you kind of get used to it after a while. But you could definitely tell, like, it is still a beautiful game in the background. You can see like very good graphics, trees moving. Everything still looks kind of full of life, even with it being black and gray. It's not like it's like very like bad visuals. Like it still looks very good. It's just in a black and gray color scheme. It
looks like you're playing a movie. It's a big risk, right? And it's a big risk that they take, and I feel like that studio is always doing that. So it's like if you had asked who made it, that would have been. It's obvious who made it. Is what I'm saying. Like it's that studio seems to take a lot of risks with their games and stuff, and they're super creative. So did it feel kind of movie like did it feel like you're playing through a movie?
Yeah, a lot of times because the cinematics and stuff like that, whenever a cinematic scene hit, you're very invested into it. They tell a good story within going through the game as well. As you're going through the game, Hiroki, he's talking to himself and he's like, this is what I have to do. And he's like, and then he goes throughout the game and he's kind of dropping hints. He's like, but what about my village? What about this? Like it puts a lot of thought into everything for sure.
So what would you, if you're going to rate it 1 through 10, what's the cost? Is there a cost right now or is it free?
I played it on Game Pass. I could look up the cost for.
So if you're going to put a cost on it a year after it's been out and what you played, like what's kind of your, what would be
I think you should play it. I think you should play it. It's a $20 game. $20 game. Worth game. $20. It's not bad. 4 to 6 hours is a lot. You're crazy. You're crazy, bro. With games being like 1 million hours and like Starfield going to be like a kajillion planets, that's less than enough. I definitely suggest you guys, if you guys have the 4 to 6 hours, end up playing it. Like I said, it is with the Game Pass subscription, so you do get it with that. And anything Devolver Digital does is great. I love the game. Even with that little bug system. I wouldn't replay it honestly because I could really care less about the other alternate endings. But it has a good balance of challenge, story, and the fighting system. I love it. So
yeah, I've never seen a black and white only game except for what's it called? You're like Underground. I'll think of it. I'll think of it later. But yeah, I like that. It's a big risk, and then hopefully it paid off for him.
Let me know, guys, if you guys would like to play Trek to Yomi. If little personal shout out. Sorry, Jimmy, I'm gonna have to go ahead and throw this out here, man. If you guys do actually want to check out the review, I will do a review on my channel. You guys can just type into YouTube, you love Nicktana. Make sure you guys sub, but make sure you guys sub to here and like and all that stuff, because we are about to round up the show. We do have one last topic we're gonna get into, and it's about a game that we are very, very eager to play, and like it drives me crazy, bro. Like it really delivers home. It delivers home to me, guys. So make sure you guys definitely check that out as well. So yeah. Peter, how do you feel about games about newspapers?
I think they're well read. And I think they they really deliver. And I think they I think they fold the competition.
This is tough. This is a tough.
All the newspaper puns I have, man.
This is tough, guys. Paperman did get a trailer. Extra. Delivery, man. Paperman is coming in hot. After Paperman's post office managed to deliver 1 million deliveries, they decided to send out special golden letters to loyal customers. But like expected, a greedy dragon was watching, and he's like, yo, classic. I need these golden letters right now. Give me those envelopes, all right? You know what I'm saying? So he goes to the post office, steals them, and now it's your job in 4 playable characters to take back your golden mail to deliver to your loyal customers. Peter, when are we playing this, bro?
Probably at release. I hope it's a $60 game because obviously I'm dropping it right on release there. My first question, honestly, when I saw this preview is who's making these? Who's making these? Where are they? Who's making them? Give me some names.
This is a crazy looking platformer game, though. Come on now. It's coming out for Xbox. I'm pretty sure it's Xbox, PlayStation, and the Switch.
You want to do a Paperman race?
Paperman race?
A live stream of Paperman race?
Who could beat it faster?
Yes.
Oh, that would be so tough.
And we just go until it's over.
I'm going to keep on looping this video, dude. Look at the mechanics are great. Oh, dude, I didn't even write it down. Hold on. It should say at the end. A bad podcaster. It says that it's coming out September 2023. So we have September 23. We have some time.
We have some time to train up. I think we should both go on real paper routes just on our street just to practice.
I'll put some air in my bike tires right now.
World's first. Yeah.
Can't wait for the Paperman streams. The Paperman streams are gonna go crazy. In all seriousness, now, like I thought the game was very interesting. The story's very funny because I don't understand like where a dragon comes into play and why he's so salty about these golden letters being released.
Mm-hmm. Hater.
But like a platformer is a platformer. A platform is a platformer.
You know dude, it reminds me of like Rayman back in the day.
A little bit, right? I think the 4 characters are cool. I forgot their names, but they're all like paper. They're like all mail related.
Well, okay, so we got letter. It looks like a mailbox, maybe map, and something else. But I'm going map. I hope they all have different abilities. This might be a cool game.
They do. That's what I'm saying.
This might be a cool game. Okay.
I think we're underwhelming. I think we're underwhelming Paperman because if they have their own abilities and their own puzzles, they could be a very cool play.
All right. Well, depending on price point,
we gotta make sure we let the people know when Paperman's coming out.
September 23.
No, September 2023.
2023.
Yeah.
I think a Paperman race. I think we should put it into the air right now and have that be opening day Paperman race in September. This is my official challenge to you in your community. and I think we should meet in the streets and see who comes out on top.
You don't want that smoke because you know I beat my games.
Maybe some kind of I don't know, winner. You know, like maybe there's some kind of like charity work at the end of it or something. You know, shave a head or something. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there.
Shave a head.
I don't know. Not mine, obviously.
You made it 54 minutes without going out of pocket. I'm not shaving my head over Paperman. I want to appreciate. Like, dude, like, where did this podcast go, man? We were so hot. Then he's like, you got to shave your head over Paperman. And now I just want to end. Now I just want to get off for the day.
Dude, honestly, fire ending. So
Peter, let the people know what you're doing, man. Let the people know what you're doing, what you're working on, man. Where they're gonna catch you playing Paperman at. Go ahead.
Okay, so still streaming on Twitch weekly. We're working on a kind of this will be my first truly in-depth game review. I'm putting that out for Dredge on YouTube. I'm still making TikToks and YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels several times a week, so that's still going. And every Wednesday I'll be here. Other than that, you can catch me on every platform at Not Ghost Stories, or shoot me a DM, join the Discord, all that good stuff.
Good. I appreciate you being on, man. As always, bro. If you guys want to catch more of me and Peter, make sure you guys sub to the channel. We go live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern to talk about everything in all gaming news. We like to keep it weird. We like to keep it fun. We like to keep it energetic. So it means a lot to us. It means a lot to Jimmy. Keeps the lights on, all that stuff. So make sure you guys stop by. Also, if you guys want to catch more of me personally, you guys can follow me on Twitter to keep up with everything that I'm doing. Right now, I am working on the Trek to Yomi review. Like I said, you guys kind of got a little glimpse of how I feel about the game, but we got a more in-depth review coming, memes and funny stuff. So if you like to see that, go check out my YouTube at You Love Nicktana. Also, I've been getting back into Pokemon Unite. So if you're into like those type of games and me just having a good time and playing the newest and greatest things, make sure you guys check out the Twitch, all that stuff. With that being said, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for keeping it weird.
Thank you.
Shout out to everybody that watched this live. Shout out to everybody who watched this after the fact. You guys mean the absolute world to us. Be safe. Tell someone you love them. And with that, we're signing off. I'll catch you guys next week. Later, guys. Ah!